Good morning, Dave Snyder here. It is the 20th day of July 2015. And of course, the Earth has a vagina. I mean, it's your mother, right? Where do you think the continents are born? They have to be born somewhere. And they come out of this little spot right here. Okay, so, that's not a little spot. But anyways, hey, it's just the way it is. I mean, everything's, why would the Earth and the Moon be any different than anything else? You know, got it. I mean, look, watch. The other day I was looking at this pattern. You can see there's South America right there, upside down, right, the southern tip, and it may be a little oversized, but don't even worry about that yet. Okay, so here we go. What I did is I took the reverse lunar south pole picture that I've had set in place for a long time, and I overlaid that picture of this weather pattern over the lunar south pole like so. And you can see where I went around Schrodinger there, the big crater. See how I just kind of ringed around it here, and it just fits there beautifully. You can see all these little highlights in here of these craters. It just falls right in place very well. And this spot right here would be also a Schrodinger creation. You know what I mean? There's showing two spots there from that, but they're both from that crater right there, the big one. Okay, so anyways, just aligning those two things, just this picture to this picture that I had set in place of the lunar south pole over the Earth, just doing that. So now I can take away the picture of the lunar south pole. This is aligned to that, so now I can take this away and I can just bring up my other pictures that I already have set in place, right? And the first one I brought up, I think, was Africa, perfect Africa one. I call perfect Africa, and it's right up here. Ain't far. Right here. Okay. And we can see that just fell right into place there on the edge of where I have Africa overlay. I'm having mouse issues, I'm sorry. Oh, I hate this when this happens. Okay. Come on, mouse. Okay, so you see how that kind of falls into place there? The angle and everything, it's just really nice. Shows that been seeing this angle a lot lately, and it's just putting itself in, showing us the hole right there, basically where all the continents are basically born in this hole from this spot on the Earth, wherever it is, and it shows it in different places on the Earth. This spot will show different places, but there's like the hottest spot where this comes from, I think, is in the Indian Ocean, or over there by India, where all the weather happens. Because I mean, but it shows in the Gulf of Alaska. It shows down here by South America. As you can see. Now watch this. This is going to get a little confusing here. Okay, so I showed it over Africa. Here you go. Again. Come on. Come on. So it goes like that. You see? Okay. So this is the Earth vagina. Someone got to say it. All right. So there it is. That's it. And then when I just aligning that up to the lunar south pole, I got the Africa to fall right in place. Now let's look at this picture over the ocean floor here, real quick. See where it ended up, right? And I'll just point out the things that I notice right off the bat. Okay, I mean, you can see this. Oh, come on, mouse. See this little spot here? You can see how that falls right into position there. See that little shape? Okay, that's right. That just falls into place on its own. I didn't line that up. And you can see this curve here. It's not right over the spot, but you can see that it's in the neighborhood. That's all it has to be, is in the neighborhood. You can see Papua New Guinea right here. Look at the shape of this right here. Watch. Tell me that's not the same thing as this spot right here. Right here. It's the same. I'm just saying. Okay, here's this curve. Right here, this curve is in the pattern, weather pattern. You can see the same curve on the ocean floor. See that? And then you got this curve here. Curves around this way, which is right here in the ocean floor. See this? There's like a big circular pattern that goes all the way through here. Okay, and then you got this part right here with this out the side here. You can see that falls right, just fell right into place, right? And then you got this spot right here. Look at this over Australia. Look. It's just a little bit off to the side. It goes right along this edge. It just goes there because, I mean, these patterns are moving like this is a layer, showing a layer of this impact. This isn't You know, there's pieces to it, like layers of this. They all come from this spot, but they all move aside, and another continent will be created or something like that. But here's where it gets a little confusing. Okay, so here's you can see South America in this picture, right? Okay, so I'm going to bring up this picture of South America that I've had set in place for, oh God, almost, it's got to be close to a year now. It has to be. It's like the first thing I laid down during this, right here. It's way up my list here. Okay, so I bring this up, and then just watch how this weather falls into place on its own over South America. Look at that. Look at it. And you can see that South America is upside down in the picture below, but this pattern goes with this here. Shows that it just fits right in. You can see the shape. There's the Andes in there. You can see that. Watch. See how that the weather changes just like the land changes. Now I didn't line these two pictures together. They just go together that way. Okay, now watch this. How do we know that this was here? South America was definitely here, even though they say that all these people came from over here and they traveled all the way across the Pacific Ocean to get to South America. That's not even true. It can't be true because we can see that South America had to be here, 100%. Proof of it all over the place over here. This weather pattern shows it, but that's not proof, right? The proof is in the surface of the ocean floor. Here is New Zealand right here. See this right here? That's New Zealand. Watch. That is New Zealand. That's the first thing. One of the first things. Then you got this big smiley face right here. See this big curve right here? That curve in South America. Okay, that's right here in the ocean floor. And here's New Zealand right here. Now you can see that it was South America. This part of South America is the same as New Zealand. It's not a coincidence that it just happens to fall in the same area. So you could just say that this was actually where New Zealand is today, and it moved aside. You can see the direction of travel of South America. It looks like everything went this direction, and I do believe that it stopped off right here, as I've showed before, upside down. You can put South America upside down right here, like it stopped off right here. You can actually see the shape of South America like this right here. This would be the northern tip or northern part, and this would be the southern tip, and then it flips around somehow. Flips around. I'm just guessing on this part, but it somehow flips around and ends up here, right? Okay, something like that anyways, because it all starts in the Pacific. It definitely starts over here. But anyways, that just shows that South America was definitely there. You can see New Zealand right here. Here's the shape of it. See right here, all these borders or these rivers border it, and it comes over like this. You can see the whole shape of it. See that? They were together at one time. This moved off the top of that, and then New Zealand, popped up off, from the ocean floor after this moved aside. Okay. Now I could bring that Africa picture back in there again, and we could look at that again with this picture, which is pretty interesting too. It shows something here, and I've definitely showed Schrodinger in this area of Africa before, and you can see that that's where Schrodinger actually falls right into this spot here. You turn the borders on, you can kind of see everything. Here's that weather pattern that I showed right here, right? Oh, where'd it go? Next one. Okay, right here. Here's that weather pattern in the center of Australia. You can see that that's in place. There's South America. Then you can bring Africa in. Well, I already did, but it's, you see what I'm saying though? That's all the continents are created in that hole. I mean, and then I have a couple more that I wanted to show, but I'll just save them for next time. I just want to get that part out there. I got some other good ones too that I aligned with that other Mare Oriental drawing. And that's just such a good drawing. I gotta show you this. Let me turn this off here first. Okay. So I got to bring up Mo. Perfect. Okay, here. First bring this up. Where is it? This is a pretty old overlay. Right. Okay, this is actually South America. Picture of South America at night. This weather pattern, you can see like here's the curve we were just looking at, right? Okay, now check this out. Turn the borders off. Okay, there's this part of this pattern. This is just like the Pacific blob hole, but it's let me see. I bring up no perfect. Okay. What you look for on this is these little where it dips down right here. There's like two of those, and you can see where they are in that picture. Everything else aligns in this picture too. It's just nice. You can see this right here. Watch. It's the same thing. It's all those. It's the same thing, but backwards pattern of the moon surface right there. It absolutely is. But you see how this dips down right there? Look for that. That's what you want to look for. I mean, when you're looking for these circular patterns, I got a whole bunch of pictures I'm going to share pretty soon, but there's another part of the puzzle right there. It's an old picture I put up a while ago, and you can actually see there's probably another impact over here and one right here. See the circular prints all over the place? Okay, so I'm just pointing those out. Alright, so that's where the continents are born anyways, out of that mother hole. Have a good day.